Hey, welcome back. We're joined by Saul Katz. He's the president and founder of the company that has developed the Solo bar. So he's telling me that these bars are actually low glycemic index foods, which means they don't shoot your blood sugar up as fast. So, did I say that right?
Well, basically the glycemic index is a scientific measurement of how fast a carbohydrate-containing food raises your blood sugar, how high and how fast it raises your blood sugar. So what's really important is eating carbohydrates, but as long as they release slowly into the blood, so you have sustained energy and we avoid that spike, crash, and craving, and help to manage your blood sugar throughout the day that way. We work with the inventors of the glycemic index at the University of Toronto, who invented the glycemic index to help diabetics manage their blood sugar through the foods they eat. And they found such things as mashed potatoes spike blood sugar faster than table sugar. So they developed this index where glucose is set at 50, or I should say at 100, to measure how different foods compare to glucose at 100. These are very low, they're between 22 and 28.
So you've had them tested?
They're clinically validated.
Okay.
And what's really important is that we choose foods such as vegetables and fruit and other foods such as whole grains that are good carbs, because we need carbs as a preferred source of energy, but delivered slowly. And these are great because they're nutritionally balanced. There's 6 grams of protein in a small 100-calorie bar such as these, or as a meal replacement, 200-calorie bars. So they're calorie controlled, they're glycemic index and glycemic load validated. And they're all natural. We won awards for taste. The National Institutes of Health are studying them in type 1, type 2 diabetic children on insulin pumps. Harvard Medical School with the Children's Hospital in Boston are doing a study with them to prevent gestational diabetes. Even the Fred Hutchinson Center in Seattle are using them for cancer prevention in relation to reducing obesity. Mm-hmm. So they're great for weight management, they're great for diabetes. And Orlando Magic basketball team are using them for sustained energy. So before a game and at halftime, they're using the bars.
And they smell good too. I opened the package and this whole berry aroma just kind of. What's your favorite flavor?
Well, I love a peanut butter bar in the mornings, like, instead of a peanut butter sandwich, and then a mint late afternoon. But actually, the lemon has been nominated for the best functional food bar of the year. And it's a great tasting bar. So both the berry and the lemon are phenomenal. They're yogurt coated.
This is the berry.
Are they delicious? They really are. There's no aftertaste, there's no sugar alcohols, there's no hydrogenated or trans fat, there's no...
and it's not a protein bar.
No,
it does have...
They're nutritionally balanced. So, you have 6 grams of protein in the small bar and 12 to 13 grams of protein in the larger bar, and they're from isolates, so they're really nutrient dense, delivering a lot of good protein nutrition for you, soy and whey protein.
Now, the 18 grams of sugar in this bar, normally that would send my blood sugar up. But you're saying something keeps it from happening. What's going on there?
Well, you see, we need carbohydrates, we need sugar, but we need it delivered slowly. So it's really the quality of the carbohydrates. And you can trust these because these have been clinically validated to allow for a slow release of that sugar in your bloodstream, almost like time release. Because diabetics and everyone, that we need energy. We need energy from carbohydrates delivered slowly. Otherwise, you're going to be breaking down fat and protein. You could be breaking down muscle. And that's not what your body wants. It prefers your source of energy to come from carbohydrates. But, this goes back 40,000 years to Paleolithic times when insulin evolved as a survival hormone to help capture extra calories and store them as fat for the lean times when hunting isn't as good. And insulin sends out a flood of insulin, your pancreas sends out a flood of insulin, taking too much sugar out of your blood if it detects a sugar spike, forcing you to crash because it wants that hunter to binge eat. It wants him to go out and get lay on as much fat as possible for the lean times when hunting isn't as good. Mm-hmm. So we're into this spike, crash, and craving when hunting is good to get as much calories, store them as fat. But fast forward to today and we have too many foods that are pre-digested during the processing, too much food around us. We're spiking, crashing, and craving, and we're taxing the pancreas so much it's wearing out prematurely. Just like our knees would, all of our organs have a predetermined lifespan of, let's say, 120 years. But if you put too much mileage on any one organ or any one component, it wears it out prematurely. So that's why type 2 diabetes is a problem. That's why we have an obesity epidemic. It's because we have to eat foods that have been designed to work with the body as nature intended. And that's what these do.
Well, Saul, I just feel your passion, and I'm passionate you designed a food that is good for my family of people with diabetes.
Well, my children have been eating them since they've been 2 years old, and they love them, and they give them to their friends at school.
That's great. And people can get them at Amazon.com?
Amazon.com will deliver it for free next day, and they sell it at a discount. They're in Whole Foods markets and other natural food stores and good quality grocery stores.
That's it, folks, the Solo Bar. Saul, thanks for coming down to our show.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Great that you're here.
Thank you.